And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
I don't think enough reviewers out there talk about party games. You know, everybody lines up to be the first to review the big, giant games from Fantasy Flight and AEG. But more people need to try these party games because, hey, when people are coming over to my house, I'm not pulling out War of the Ring if they're gonna run from that screaming in the streets while a game like Culture Pop might bring them in. Or will it? Well, that's what I'm here to tell you about. It's a party game that depends on how well you know your one-liners from movies. Like, go ahead, make my. What's the answer to that? But it's more than that. It adds a little bit of say anything, a little bit of apples. If you've never played those games, you're saying, hey, come on now, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm glad you asked. Let's see how the game's played. Each player is given some paper and a pencil, and the game begins. One person is the reader. On their turn, they are going to draw a culture card, and they're going to read it out loud to everybody else. Culture card's over here. And they'll say, plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, and the first person to shout out, what a relief it is, gets this card. Yay. They get the culture card. Then that person draws a pop card and chooses something on it. They'll say, okay, you have to write the answer in love. So you need to write plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, fill in the blank in the form of saying in love. Now, of course, it could be all kinds of things. It could be a comedian, a boring meeting, clueless, a voyeur, practical joke, cliched, janitor, nightmare, inappropriate, proctologist on the Titanic board. You can already see how several of those would go with this phrase here. So let's say everyone writes their answers. They then hand it in, and the reader reads them back to the person. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, will you marry me? Well, that's romantic, I suppose. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, boy. Is that romantic? I'm not sure. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, honey, get out of the bathroom right now. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a pain it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, shut the door. Well, definitely, that's the winner, so they pick shut the door. It's so romantic. And that person gets the pop card. And you just keep going around the table till people get different cards. Everyone gets to be the reader once, and whoever has the most cards is the winner. You can also do variants where people can write as many answers as they want. Has a very similar feel to Why Did the Chicken? It's another party game in the whole thing. And this one kind of is okay. It's funny, and if I brought it out, I'm sure people would play it. I'm not going to keep it because writing down answers and such, some people have this hang-up over that. And I already have one game like that, as I said, Why Did the Chicken? This game has that exact same problem that Why Did the Chicken did, even though I think Why Did the Chicken's a great game, is that someone's going to sit and go, I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write. See, with apples, you throw a card in the middle. Or another, say anything, you could write anything. Here you have to write something, you're trying to make people laugh, and for some people that pressure is just too much. And you say, oh, my group doesn't care about that, my group is great. Then good, then check this game out. The component quality is, they gave nice pencils and pads. The card quality is okay. And the box doesn't really excite me to get the game, but hey, it's a party game. It does work. I won't deny that. I won't say that it's a bad game. I just don't know that it rises above the group of party games that are out there to be anything special or unique.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.